Welcome to Patriots Today by Chat Sports. I am Nic Rohloff, and on today's show, we are talking another mock draft 12.0. This is our 12th mock draft, and maybe it's going to be our best one yet. Shout out to Tom Brady, number 12, because after the week that we just had that featured the North Carolina Pro Day, the LSU Pro Day, a lot of news, a lot of rumors coming out of these events about who the Patriots are meeting with, and I thought it was a perfect time to cook up another mock draft for the New England Patriots. So let's jump right into it. Quarterback, North Carolina, Drake Maye heading to Foxborough with the 3rd overall pick. In this mock draft, Caleb Williams went 1, Jayden Daniels went number 2. And I got to be honest, based on how things are looking right now, I think this is the way this is going to go. Jayden Daniels to Washington is gaining steam. You obviously had the clip of Brian Kelly saying that Jayden Daniels gets the ball out to the playmakers and will do that for Washington. Don't know if I got to read too much into that or not. We talked about that yesterday on the channel, so if you haven't already, go watch that video and make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss videos like that. But I truly do believe Jayden Daniels is going to be a Washington Commander. Therefore, Drake Maye at number 3 should be the pick for Eliot Wolf and the New England Patriots, especially after his pro day at North Carolina. I thought he was fantastic. Yes, he missed 2 or 3 throws, couple out routes to the left side and right side that he missed, but it was really only about 3 or 4 throws that really concerned me. And once he gets into an NFL locker room with NFL coaches, I believe that the footwork and accuracy stuff will be hammered out, ironed out, and he will just become an absolute nasty quarterback for the Patriots because he showcases all of the talent and the ability to be a top 5 guy in the league. He feels like at times a mix of Justin Herbert, the way he travels or the ball travels out of his hands over the middle and how he can just launch it so easily, but then the mobility that he possesses as well. He led the North Carolina Tar Heels in rushing in 2022. He reminds me a lot of Josh Allen when running the football because he's so big and such a tough guy to bring down for a quarterback. He perfectly is blended between those two in my eyes, and I think he should absolutely be the pick for New England. Not going to harp on it too much as we've done that in just a while. But I'll tell you what, I really want to know this, and it's today's pinned comment. So you're going to get hit with the YouTube ad break. While that plays, go down in the comment section and get your voice below and reply to my pinned comment as well. Should the Patriots stay at pick number 3, or should they trade back? If Minnesota comes offering a big deal or another team potentially looking to move up like the New York Giants, should they entertain it or just stay put and take a quarterback with pick number 3? All right, let's head to the 2nd round now where Jordan Morgan, the offensive tackle out of Arizona, is the pick. And if you've been subscribed to the channel and watched our other mock drafts, I usually like to go wide receiver at 34, but I wanted to switch some things up here because Jordan Morgan is absolutely someone that is deserving of being the Patriots selection at the top of the 2nd round. He had a fantastic season for the Arizona Wildcats in 2023, great PFF grade, only allowed 2 sacks, didn't have too many penalties. And the thing that I like about him the most is his athletic profile. This is someone who came in at 6'6", 320, but he can move as well. And when you're looking at someone to protect your franchise quarterback at left tackle, you want an athlete. And Jordan Morgan is absolutely someone who qualifies for that position. You look at his RAS here, grading out at a 9.2 out of 10, so very good. The size is okay. A lot of people say that it is possible that he gets moved inside the guard, but I like him at left tackle, and I believe that's where he should play in the NFL. I like his speed, too. He's really someone who can get to that second level at an explosive rate and get his hands on linebackers and safeties coming down in the box if there is no one that he hits initially. I think that he could be a home run pick here at 34. You know you need an offensive tackle, and you pick up one to pair up with a quarterback. That is something that really intrigues me. And to me, with pick 34, if New England makes this selection, because I do think there is a very high percentage chance that if New England doesn't trade back from number 3, which I believe they will stay put and take a quarterback, that they move back from 34 to acquire more third-round picks, or maybe acquire another second-round pick if it's someone moving up all the way from the back of the second round. I think that is something that's possible, but if they stay put at 34, I don't care if they go offensive tackle or wide receiver, but those two positions are absolutely the ones that should be taken with that second-round pick. I mean, you look at this offensive line depth chart for New England right now, it's not the prettiest sight, that's for sure. You have Michael Wenu, who the Patriots re-signed, a top priority at right tackle. Probably going to have Sidy Sow at right guard, David Andrews at center. So your right side of the line is probably done, and I'm fine with that. The issue is the left side. Connor McDermott, not the best left tackle in the world. Cole Strange, the former first-round pick out of Chattanooga, is very up and down. There is a serious possibility that Chukwuma Okorafor starts at left tackle, but I don't really think that's the best idea either. I think taking someone in the NFL draft, whether it be at 34 or 68, is probably one of the top priorities for New England the rest of this offseason to fill out that left tackle spot. Let's move over to pick 68, and I'm going to bring back a duo from Chapel Hill. We talked about this wide receiver as well on Friday's video. Tre Walker, a.k.a. Devontez Walker, here at 68, and you have the QB1 from North Carolina with the wide receiver one in the Tar Heels as well. New England met with Tez at UNC's Pro Day. They had a lot of people there, 9 guys to be exact, to watch Tez, to watch Drake Maye. And if that meeting went well with Tre Walker, it would not shock me if he was someone the Patriots had in mind with the third-round pick. He's not good enough to go in the second round. Maybe he goes late second, but at least with Patriots 34, there's no chance. Walker is someone who's explosive, big playability. I question his ability to run routes over the middle of the field and the complete route tree. And he also has some issues with drops at times, only 3 in 2023, but he struggled with drops at his pro day. He struggled with drops at the Senior Bowl as well. I'm not completely sold on Tre Walker, but he can be a true X wide receiver for the Patriots to threaten teams downfield. So I wouldn't hate the pick. You have familiarity with your quarterback and new wide receiver you draft here. But if it was up to me, honestly, I would go in a different direction at wide receiver and let Tyquan Thornton get a third chance, I should say, to be that X wide receiver that threatens the defense down the field. More to get to on today's mock draft, but make sure you are subscribed because we're under a month away until the first round of the NFL draft, and we're the #1 spot on YouTube for Patriots NFL draft content. Rumors, mock draft, news, we have it all. Whether it be myself or Harrison Graham, you will be covered on the latest surrounding the New England Patriots leading up to that big day in late April. Fourth round, we're going to double dip in here at offensive tackle. Patrick Paul, the big man from Houston, someone that has been very familiar with the mock draft game, at least on Patriots Today. I love Patrick Paul. I think he is an excellent offensive tackle. He originally could have been a second-round pick. Probably could go in the third round as well. But in this mock draft on PFF, he slipped all the way to round 4, and I just could not pass up on Patrick Paul here. This is more of a BPA pick, and I don't think it's a bad idea bringing in 2 offensive tackles from this draft to really let them compete. One could be a swing tackle, and one could potentially be that left tackle protecting whoever quarterback you draft. And the thing that I always want to mention with Paul, he's athletic, but he also jumped up in competition, right? Houston, he's a 3-year starter there. He started in the AAC, right? Last year, Houston joins the Big 12. He jumps up in competition, playing much better talent at that edge defensive line spot, and yet he did not waver. Still graded out at 181.1, only allowed 1 sack, 3 penalties, 1 QB hit. He had a fantastic season for the Cougars, and when I look at someone jumping up in competition, but their numbers stay the same or actually get a little bit better, that tells me that's a player that can really make a good transition into the NFL and someone I'd be all in on the Patriots drafting in the 3rd or 4th round. 4 more picks to get to on the mock draft, as New England does have 8 picks in this draft. But first, we're sponsored by Game Time, and you have to get started with Game Time because they are the #1 ticketing app on the market. Playoff basketball and hockey are here, but you also have March Madness in Boston right now. Sweet 16 and Elite 8 action for the East region. UConn and Illinois playing later today. And to me, there's nothing more frustrating than spending time searching for ticket prices, which is why you should give Game Time a shot. They have flash deals, zone deals, and the lowest price guarantee. So if you are trying to catch a game, concert, or any other event in your local area, well, download Game Time and use code CHATSPORTS for $20 off your first purchase. My favorite perk of Game Time, specifically for me at least, is the fact that you can see your exact vantage point when you're picking out your tickets. You see right now, you go to Celtics, go to the Boston area, look at the pictures on screen. You're not going to be bamboozled by the seat selection and what your vantage point will be. You will know exactly what it is as you go into the stadium or arena, whatever you're doing. They also have all-in prices, so you can see what it will cost with ticket fees rather than going to checkout thinking it's going to be a $50, $60 ticket, and then fees jump it up to $110, $120. Those are the worst situations. That's why I love Game Time. It's the place to find last-minute seats. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code CHATSPORTS for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code CHATSPORTS, CHATSPORTS, for $20 off. That will be in the description. It will be in the comments of today's video. Get started with Game Time, the #1 picking app of Patriots Today. Heading to the back half of this mock draft, we're going to go to the tight end position, and Ben Sinnott, the guy from Kansas State. He's a very versatile football player, and he's someone that really intrigues me. When you think of the tight end spot for New England, they have Hunter Henry, who they re-signed on a 3-year deal. They have Austin Hooper as that tight end too, but you're still going to need a tight end 3 that can block, and Sinnott can absolutely do that. He was pretty solid for the Wildcats of Kansas State this season in the air, but he also has a lot of experience blocking. He played fullback for Kansas State, and he could play fullback in the NFL if New England wanted to have a couple different formations where they featured a fullback. He's very versatile. He can be the tight end 3 right away, and then after this year, he could go into year 2 being tight end 2 behind Hunter Henry because Austin Hooper is only on a 1-year deal. So that veteran contract expires, and then you have Sinnott and Hunter Henry as your 2 tight ends of the future. I think this is a very good pick for New England that I would be very excited about. Let's head to round 6, pick 180 here, where I'm taking Tarheeb still, the cornerback from Maryland. And this guy's just an absolute ball hawk, and I've kind of fell in love with him a little bit here as a late-round pick. You see the stats on screen. Just in 10 games, he had 5 interceptions for the Terrapins. Only 2 PBUs, so listen, if it's thrown his way, he's not just getting the pass breakup, he's taking the ball away, and I'm always in for a ball-hawking corner. If you remember, Jack Jones, who had some of that same success for the Patriots, a 4th-round pick out of Arizona State. This is just a 6th-round pick, but he graded out pretty well for PFF too, 70 overall, basically 66 coverage grade. I like Tarheeb's still ability to make plays on the football. And yes, he would only be a 4th or 5th corner, probably behind Alex Austin for the Patriots. But I'd still like to add another corner because you saw the injury issues plague them in this group last season. John Jones was banged up. Christian Gonzalez missed basically the entire year outside the first 4 games. Marcus Jones did miss the entire year after getting hurt in that game against the Miami Dolphins at home in week 2. So these guys haven't proven that they're Iron Men out there. So add another corner in the draft. Be that 4th or 5th guy. You have Alex Austin to be CB4, and then you bring another guy. Maybe it is still into this group to be that 5th guy. Intrigues me quite a bit. Moving on with the last 2 picks. Joshua Cephus, 6th-round wide receiver here. This is the pick that the New England Patriots got in the Mac Jones trade. He is an absolute specimen. 6'3", 185. He is a big-bodied wide receiver, and he put up good numbers for UTSA. He was their #1 guy, 89 catches, 1,100 yards, 10 touchdowns, only had 1 drop. And I am a big-time advocate for the New England Patriots to double dip at wide receiver in this draft. I could say the same for offensive tackle. Two of your biggest positions of need that isn't quarterback. You take 2 guys in the draft. I wouldn't even be shocked if New England took a wide receiver in like the 3rd or 2nd round and also doubled up in the 4th or 5th round. But I'm taking Cephus here in the 6th, and he is sneakily becoming one of my favorite players in this draft because he's big, he's athletic, he can really threaten you over the middle of the field, he can run all the routes. I like Cephus as a very, very draft or late draft day find, potentially another Demario Douglas action. Remember, he was pretty solid for New England last year and projects to be one of our top receivers this year. He was just a sixth-round pick out of Liberty a year ago. Running out this mock draft, I'll go to the offensive line one more time. Andrew Raym, the center from Oklahoma. David Andrews, there was speculation he could retire after this past season. He evidently is coming back, which makes me very happy. But there is no long-term solution at center outside of David Andrews. So maybe you draft a guy here in the 7th round, Raym, Big 12 experience, Power 5, and see what he can bring to the table and maybe be that guy you go to after the David Andrews era. All right, that's going to do it for our mock draft. Grade it for me. Get down in the comment section. Go back to school. A, B, C, D, or F. I've been told that it's not a real mock draft unless you get an F on it. So let me know what you think about my mock draft down below. One more time, running through the picks. Drake Maye, round 1. Jordan Morgan, round 2. Tre Walker in the 3rd. Patrick Paul, round 4. No trades in this mock draft as well, so just the 8 picks for New England. Ben Sinnott from Kansas State. Tarheeb Still, Joshua Cephus, and Andrew Raym. Those are the 8 players that I would have joining this Patriots organization if I was Eliot Wolf and this Patriots front office. All right, before we do head out of here, make sure you are subscribed to the channel because we're going to have you covered on the latest surrounding the New England Patriots, mock drafts, rumors, news, free agency signings, if any of them still happen. We'll have it all here at Patriots Today. So go down and hit that sub button.